incorporates good defense as well as good offense. And a financial plan is no different, folks. Jessica Woods is a financial representative with Northwestern Mutual, and she joins us this morning with defensive and offensive financial strategies.
Yes.
Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the importance of having both elements in your financial plan.
Right. Well, I think what's important here, first of all, is to define these two things. So we're looking at defensive planning. Really, defensive is protecting what we already have.
Okay.
And then when we look at offensive planning, that's where we're looking at building and accumulating wealth. And again, a good plan has both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start with the defensive side, and let's talk a little bit about emergency funds.
Yeah. So our defensive planning starts with what some of us at Northwestern Mutual call an emergencies and opportunities fund. And this is where you're putting money for emergencies and short-term goals. And you should have 6 months of expenses in this fund.
Okay.
And this is money that's there for a job change, an accident or illness, or a major purchase. And you have to be able to get to this money really quickly. So this is stuff you can get to tomorrow. And that's really for the emergency side of things.
Okay, that's good to know. That's definitely something on my to-do list. All right. So another defensive strategy is permanent life insurance. Let's talk a little about that.
Yeah, permanent life insurance is good on the defensive side because it provides a death benefit that you cannot outlive. It's a death benefit for your entire life. And that's really critical to long-term planning and can be very beneficial for your family long-term. It also builds up cash value that you can use long-term.
Great, okay. And we touched on it just a few moments ago, but if you lose your job, we have income protection plans. Let's talk a little about that.
Right, income protection planning is vitally important because our ability to get up every day and go to work and earn a paycheck, that's really our biggest asset.
Right.
So for example, a 30-year-old making $75,000 a year is going to easily make $2.6 million before they retire at age 65.
Wow.
And that's
okay.
that's
you
why
put it like that. Wow.
Right. So if we become sick or hurt and we can't work, we want to make sure that we have money coming in the door. That's what maintains our lifestyle now and helps us save for retirement later.
Okay. Now, I'm sure there are other folks in the same boat, you know, being in my mid-30s, and I'm thinking, okay, where should I be on my timeline of saving? So really, there's never too early to start saving or, you know, too early to start putting things away. I mean, I'm assuming the sooner you do it, the better, right?
Right. No, that's a fantastic point. Really, the truth is that early planning is key. When you're young and you're healthy and you're in the right mindset to clearly think about your goals and you know what you want to do, oftentimes people wait too long until something happens or until they have to play catch up, and the plan just doesn't work as well that way.
Right, yeah, and you know, I'm sure that everyone out there has got some concerns and fears about that. I know I do. All right, well, let's move on and talk about some of the offensive strategies, okay? So let's start off with, of course, what most people have, which is a 401k.
Yeah, most people are very familiar with a 401k plan. This is an employer-sponsored retirement plan, and oftentimes there's matching money. But really the key here is whether or not there's matching money, you should take advantage of this plan.
Right.
Really, it's automatic. The money comes out of your check every time you get paid, and so you don't have to worry about contributing. You don't have to remember to. It creates consistency in your plan, and then you're not tempted to spend that money.
Yeah, which I'm definitely guilty of. My wife will tell you that. And this is something that I'm always a little confused about. If I'm looking to like invest aggressively, like if you do it younger, you go for the aggressive things. Let's talk about stocks and bonds and what we should be looking at. Say if you're in the mid-30s or something, what kind of things you should be looking at?
Well, what's most important when you're talking about this type of offensive planning is really knowing your personal feelings about investing and understanding what your personal tolerance is for risk versus reward.
Right.
So you want to have a good mix of funds, but it's really crucial to know how you feel about risk, what your time horizon is, and what your personal goals are. And so we have to remember too, the markets go up and down.
Right.
Knowing how you feel about this type of thing can really keep you focused on your long-term plan and keep you on track.
Great, okay. And is there like a certain point that we should start thinking less risk and more consistency?
It really is just very personal.
Okay.
Again, it depends on your personal tolerance for risk and what you're trying to accomplish with your money and how many years you have before you need to access that money.
Great.
Yeah.
And y'all deal with annuities, correct?
Yeah, annuities are a great tool to hedge the longevity question of what happens if I live too long, and because they can create a stream of income for life or for a specific period of time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that a lot of viewers want to talk with you one-on-one, so how is the best way for them to go about doing that?
Yes, the biggest thing to remember with all of these strategies is to make sure you're working with someone who's going to custom build a plan for you based on your personal goals, your short, mid, and long-term ones, what your risk tolerance is. Correct, yeah.
Okay.
You can reach out to me or a member of my team. I can be reached at 7838, or viewers can check out my website at jessicawoods.nm.com.
Fantastic. Well, this is really great information, Jessica. I appreciate it.
Thank
and
you.
hopefully my wife was taking notes. All right. Well, thank you. All right.